Okay, so I bought this LOD rear bumper with the tire carrier, and it also came with trail rack and jerry can mounts. And I know I'm kind of skipping ahead here. I've already got the bumper partially installed. It's because I realize like my videos have been kind of too dark, so I'm going to kind of gloss over some of the initial parts. So first thing, this is the old rear bumper, obviously the spare tire carrier, and then we have the God, what are these called? The bumper ends. So basically, the first thing you've got to do, so you take off the spare tire, and the tire carrier has 1/2-inch bolts, 4 of them. And then to take the wire all the way out, there's just this little bracket here. I'll show you where it went. It's on the inside of the tailgate, right here, and it's just got you'll have a Phillips head screw. Take it off, just pull off right here, and then you can feed the wire back through the hole, and you'll be able to take the bumper completely off, or not the bumper, the whole tailgate harness. And then as far as the bumper, so you remove there are 4 bolts on these bumper end caps. So 1, 2, and then this is the underside of the other one, 3, 4. They're all T30 Torx bits. And once you get those out, it's going to expose. You'll have easy access to right here. There will be 2 nuts that are 3/4, and then there will be a bolt here that's also 3/4. So 2 bolts and 4 nuts on the stock bumper that will probably be very rusted and hard to get out. And you're going to save the 2 bolts on the bottom that are going to end up going back in. So that was right here and here. One thing I forgot to mention before I started any of this, when I had the whole stock setup on, I measured the height from the floor to here. It was, for me, 26 5/8 of an inch. That's the measured droop. So I'm going to measure it again after we install all the new stuff and see if with the added weight, if it sinks at all, maybe I'll put in some spacers on the rear coils to compensate. But we'll see. What you're going to have to do after is there will be 4 bolts here on the gas tank skid. You probably can't really see super well, but there are some more 1/2-inch bolts, and then there are another 3 on the front. And so you're going to take all those off, have a floor jack underneath it, and lower it. You're going to need to do that to get access to the back of this cross member. So this is where it gets really freaking annoying. So the best way I found to do this is, so before you put this bumper on at all, you'll see there are like 2 sets of holes here and 2 here, and same thing on the other side, right? And it tells you in the directions, the measurements, but you're measuring 7 inches and 13/16 inch across. From both of these holes. These 2 holes will already exist in the rear cross member, so back here. So the holes exist on the bumper, but the second set of holes does not exist on the cross member, right? So you're measuring 7 and 13/16 inches across and drilling 2 holes and measuring down the same height. And better freaking mark it well, punch it well, and hope that they match the first time, because it is very annoying if they don't. So after you've done that, the best way to do it is you're going to need a friend pretty much to help lift this bumper into place and secure it with those 2 original bolts that came with the old bumper, and just loosely put it there. So then the next best way before you start screwing anything down is to make sure that stuff fits. And so again, let me get the flashlight. It's probably really hard to see, but this is the frame tie-in bracket through the cross member, through the new bumper. So a huge pain in the ass making sure they all line up. There's also no directions for the frame tie-ins, and it's definitely, I haven't gotten to this point yet, but it's definitely going to be, oh, see, I just threaded it through to make sure it fit, but it's definitely going to be a pain to mount it. So once you make sure that your holes drilled worked and everything fit, the first thing I would do is get the biggest pain in the ass bolts, which are, so you're going to have 2 welded nut pieces, which you're going to feed through the hold back there with the cross member, and then you're going to have to come up through this hole in the bottom and screw through, or thread through whatever, 2 bolts on each side, and it is a serious pain. But once you do that, the bumper should be good. Next thing, I haven't gotten here yet, but I'm soon to move on to mounting these frame tie-ins with these outside set of holes on each of them. And I'm definitely going to have to drill through this. And again, when I'm feeding stuff through here, it's going to have to be through this tiny hole in the frame. But hopefully it should be easy after that. I decided to just get rid of this piece since I have these hooks now where I can put D-rings if I need to get myself towed out. And so I installed the 2 old bolts. Those are those 3/4 inch ones. There's only one on each side. And so now I'm gonna go over here, put through these two, through the frame tie-in brackets, through the frame, through the bumper, put the nuts in from the bottom, and then try and thread the two over here as well before I drill that third hole. I'm not going to get any of them tight before I drill that hole. So for these, I found it best to do this like this with an open end wrench, or sorry, box end wrench, and it's 11/16. And I have some tape holding the washer and the nut, and feeding it up through that hole, and then tightening it on the other side. So working on these, I had to use that same super annoying method with the wrench and the tape. And then I had to do the same exact drill pattern that I did, stepping up from, I think I started at 7/64 and stepped it up like 4 times all the way to half an inch. Finally got a hole. I might recommend, if you want to try and remove the tailpipe hanger here, that might make it easier, because getting through that hole is a pain. But it is just barely doable. And so I got these two tight, and I'm going to tighten up these two and then put in my last one, and should be all good for this side, and just have to repeat on the other side. Now that the bumper's mounted, before I slide the tire carrier over this, I'm just going to apply a little bit of grease with a rag to the entire outside of this. And now we're removing the taillights. That should just be 4 bolts to get the lens off, and I think there's another bolt behind it, we'll see, but these aren't bolts actually, they're screws, they're just Phillips heads, pretty easy. We've got 1, 2, 3 8mm bolts back here that we're going to remove, and then the taillight should come out. Actually, on my passenger side, they're 10mm bolts, which is probably what stock is. I had them 8mm on the other side because of my Terraflex antenna mount. So yeah, just 10mm to remove these 3. Kind of just wiggle that into place, pretty easy. And then we install this Zerk fitting. Don't go too tight. I've broken these before. It's a easy 7mm, and this came with the kit actually. Okay, so next you take this piece. It's called the pin brace. It's got 3 bolts. They're the 3/8 by 1 inch. You can tighten them with the 9/16. So 1, 2, 3, and you tighten these. And then this one, the only special thing is, I don't know how well you can see, you're supposed to put a washer in between the pin brace and the spindle, and then put the last 3/8 by 1 inch bolt on top. And then we're getting ready to install the latch. Okay, so next we installed the handle here. It's these 4 1/4 inch by 1/2 inch bolts. You can install them with a 5/32 hex bit, Allen key, whatever you want to call it, and put some Loctite on them. And be careful not to go too tight again to strip them. And that's the latch. For the securing the latch, you use this U-bolt around here. You're going to need a 1/2 inch socket or wrench, and then a 1/2 inch wrench right here. And then just get it to whatever tightness you want so that you can get it off. And the next part's kind of frustrating, makes no sense. So we have these bump stops, whatever isolators you want to call them. So they give you these 2 brackets where you use the 3/8 by 2.5 inch bolts and 2 washers and a nut, and you bolt them on. The driver's side one is good, look, right? Like, it makes solid contact. The passenger side, no matter what you do, this thing, I don't know how well you can see it, it's barely making contact, like, at all. And whether you mount it on this side or on this side, it doesn't matter. It doesn't really work. It's just poor design. The last step of this install will definitely be removing this. But now, anyway that we've got this mounted, we're going to readjust this for tightness for the final time. So now we installed these last, what were they, 7/16 by 1 inch bolts, and some washers and nuts using 11/16 sockets. And so for this last part, we have to kind of thread this. It actually goes like this. So we're going to thread this, put the tire on, and see there are adjustment holes here to make sure we need the back of the tire to contact here. However, I'm left with the only bolts I have left are the 4 of these. So I don't know where I was supposed to use these. The only thing I'm thinking now is when I was mounting in the frame, I was supposed to, you guys can't see, but I'm thinking when I was mounting on the frame, I was supposed to drill all the way through and mount this all the way through the frame. But like, God, I don't know. I don't even know how I would have gotten that. I would have had to drop the gas tank again. And again, there were no instructions. So I'm going to try and just get some other bolts. And then, like I said, feed this on, test it, and see how far out it needs to be. And then that's about it, other than putting on the jerry cans and stuff. While I was doing this, I figured I'd do 2 other quick mods. One, I replaced both taillights with Quadratech versions. They're just LEDs. They're much brighter. It's really plug and play. You just got to dig up the plug. Sometimes for this one, it was a pain. It was buried back here, and I had to go from underneath. But other than that, it's really easy. It does come with LED relay flasher, which you'll need to install like right on top of the steering wheel. However, I've already done one of these because of my Metal Cloak front LED flashers. So you can check out my Metal Cloak install video if you want to see how to do that. And then the other thing I did was I'm putting in LED ring taillights, since obviously the old one isn't going to work. And for that, I just had to cut the old wiring off, the exact same thing, and I soldered it, and I'm going to just zip tie it up nice. But yeah, and otherwise this just slides right over easily. So this adjustment, I don't know whether you can see, is going to be based on the back spacing of your wheel. So it's going to be trial and error. I think I'd already talked about this, but I put it on, I finally got it, I measured how much I needed to come out, adjusted it. I'm going to put in another 2 bolts, and then we should be good. Here it is with the jerry can mounts and the trail rack installed. So the jerry can mounts come with their own bolts and stuff, and you don't use any. Just pair it up with the same thing with these rubber stopper brackets, 9/16 inch, and then there are just these annoying little things that you use that are very hard to turn. For the trail rack, I did have to use its own bolts. Just used some 1/2 inch ones and just made sure it didn't go down too far to hit the bump stops, and made sure it had enough clearance at the tire. And now all I gotta do is put the tire back on and I'm good. And make sure to remember to grease that spindle. I already did it. Yeah. And then I'm just going to get some wire loom for this and then like zip tie and tape it up. I don't know if there's really a better way, but we'll figure it out. So last thing, remeasuring the height here. It's actually significant, more than I thought. So I was at 26 and 5/8. Now I'm at just below 26, like between 25 and 7/8, 25 and 15/16. So it dropped like just shy of 3/4 of an inch, which is actually pretty huge. I guess I might put some spacers.